And grid positions from grid number 1 is 57, Charlene Jemmett. Chris Gray in the 8 from 2, 54, Sam Johnson from 3, 78, Mark Morris from grid number 4. From grid number 5, we've got Matt Phillips and Andrew Gregg starting outside of him in the 75 car. The back row, car number 11 is Shooter Hawkins, and outside of Shooter is Kane Jemmett. No 51, Andrew Marker. Green flag flies. Shooter Hawkins decides that he's going to try and do a bit of cross country. Didn't work out for him, but he's now muscling up, trying to work his way through. Very, very evenly contested section, the wingless sprints. Chris Gray leading the charge right now. Charlene Jemmett in second. Mark Morris, no show without punch. He's in the 78 car, and he sits there in third, while Kirk Hawkins in the 11 car worked his way up into fourth. He's certainly coming into some sort of form, as old Shooter Hawkins. Sam Johnson, the 54 car, mentioned earlier, mentioned it again, his first race meeting of the season, and good to have Sam back here on the speedway. Shooter Hawkins tries a high line, not going to stick for him, but Chris Gray, he's got fresh air in his face, and he's making a good job of it. Charlene Jemmett in second, and Mark Morris in third spot. That's a car they call Dolly Rose, I think it is. Hawkins trying everything, just cannot muscle his way through. He's got Matt Phillips stuck in behind him. See Hawkins just going up where there's a little bit of dirt, trying to make something work out for him. Chris Gray, one of the great battlers of the wingless sprint car class, and he will be loving every minute of this one. Charlene Jemmett in second. Jemmett family put in so much around the speedway track between providing cars and doing the racetrack. And, well, she's having a good old battle there too. Got a lot of heavy hitters stuck in behind her, and they cannot make up 1 inch. Chris Gray still leading the wingless sprint feature race. Charlene Jemmett in second. Mark Morris in third. Former midget car racer and TQs, and he's certainly done a few laps around the Racecourse Hotel and Motor Lodge Ruapuna Speedway during his long and illustrious career. Makes a good job of it in the wingless sprints too. Hawkins still running for Chris Gray, the Coomer is cooked. Might have been thinking about his victory speech because he was just looking so good. What a shame for him. Led 8 laps, 8 of the 12 laps. It's all about composing himself now as Mark Morris. He's taken over the lead in the wingless sprint feature race. Hawkins in second. Charlene Jemmett still hanging on to that third. Big battle going on there amongst the pack with Andrew Gregg, showing that his confidence was not dented one little bit with that big crash a few weeks ago. Big old wheel-to-wheel action going on. White flag flies. Mark Morris. Hawkins, he's got one more lap to do something meaningful in this event. But he's up against a dogged old racer in Mark Morris. Checkered flag's going to fly. Morris takes a win from Hawkins. Charlene Jemmett will cross the line in third from Sam Johnson. Fifth is the 75 of Andrew Gregg. Then we go back to Matt Phillips, Kane Jemmett, and rounding out the field will be Chris Gray.
Yeah, what a race of surprises there, AJ, and it was Mark Morris. That's a great reward for him. He had all sorts of problems with Speedway NZ at the start of the meeting, but good to see Mark taking out the feature race here. Charlene Jemmett pulled up for third, and it was Kamikaze Hawkins who was making all the moves in the race, but what a great win that really was for Mark Morris. I think it's his first feature race for the year, and it's congratulations to him. There he is, folks. Mark Morris emerging from the cockpit of that car, and he'll be very pleased with that. Give him a clap as he waves that checkered flag. He's had a heck of a week this week, and certainly good to see him in victory lane, AJ.
Yeah, it is, and I've been doing this gig for a long time, and Mark is one of 2 drivers who who was racing back then and is still racing now. So he started last century, which makes him sound awfully old, but Mark's just one of those really keen racers. This is going to be a great feature speech, I'm sure, from Mark. We'll go down to Brendan Daly with Mark Morris.
Mark, congratulations. That was a stellar drive there. You came under a bit of pressure there. How did that feel hanging on to that?
Yeah, that was a carriage. It was set up real well. Big thanks to Amanda Gregg, my car owner, put me in it, and here you go, Amanda, put you in for a first place. Yeah, my family, Monique, thanks, Brody. Yeah, brilliant, thank you.
Now, you've been putting in some good laps this season. How's this for the confidence?
Well, actually, to be honest with you, I actually come tonight to actually compete in the South Island midget title. The midgets parked in the pits over there, and SNZ decided in their wisdom that they wasn't allowed to run it. So it's good to get a good placing out of something anyway. So thanks, SNZ.
Silver linings and everything. Well done, Mark.